Hey, so I wanted to talk about a topic that isn't talked about nearly enough, particularly among men. Women talk about it, but still it's not flushed out all the way. So I want to talk about the risks women take while dating men. So I don't know if you've heard of this or not, but the main cause of death for women is men, right? Like a lot of times women are killed in domestic violence cases. A lot of times women are assaulted and harmed, right? Like harmed by the people who pretty much just want access to their bodies and don't really care about them. So on the lower level, uh, when it comes to lower level risks that women take while dating men. That includes, I don't know if you've heard of this, is post coital depression. So a lot of women actually feel depressed after being intimate with their male partners. So that's on the lower level. And then, of course, the higher levels of being assaulted, of being beaten, of being abused, of being killed. I made a video not too long ago that highlighted how even today, there are 50,000 women each year who are killed in domestic violence cases, right? There's that. There's also just the fact that, you could get an STD or you could get pregnant and abandoned, right? Like there are just so many risks that um, women kind of encounter when they date men. And it just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that women are out here going on dates and paying for their meal. They're out here driving long distances just to see men. They are out here giving up their bodies the first time they see men or meet men. They are out here picking up men. They are out here paying for men. It is kind of like, no, 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 no. Like no one is really taking into account the labor and the risks that women have to bear or put up with in order to play this game of dating, right? Like it's a lot. It's a lot. And under no circumstances should, or under no circumstance should women be expected to pay their own way when they're pretty much risking their life to even show up and go out on a date with a man. That's just this message really just needs to get out there because a lot of people really don't understand um, the type of danger. You think about how many women are abducted, and then there's all this human trafficking going on right now at the same time. So it's like it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to be out here risking your life and at the same time having to pay for your meal that someone invited you to or that someone, you know what I mean? And it's just like men like to say these things like, oh, it's mutual. Like I told you, I think a couple of weeks ago, I opened up a dating app for the first time in a really long time. And there are men on these apps in their profiles talking about, or even in the messages, they're talking about, I'm looking for mutual fun. And I'm like, there is nothing mutual about what you're talking about, sir. I know what you're talking about. It's a nice way to say you want to do the do, and there's nothing mutual about that. First of all, you are in my inbox asking me, soliciting me, right? You're in my inbox. I am not in your inbox. I'm not pursuing you for that. I do not want that. And it's just like there's nothing mutual about it. If I was pursuing you as much as you are pursuing me, then maybe you could say it's mutual. But if you're the only one pursuing, and if you're the only one asking for something, if you're the only one pushing for the thing that you're asking for, then it's not mutual. It's just you, and it's not mutual. Like, no matter, don't feed into this dusty propaganda. There's nothing mutual about intimate fun. Oh yeah, I want some mutual intimate fun. No, no, no. Do you know how many women get kidnapped and trafficked and assaulted? Do you know how many? For trusting random men that they met who said, "Yeah, I'm out, I'm out here and I want to do, I want mutual fun. I'm looking for mutual fun." Like, they say it as if you're getting something out of it. Like, they're saying as if like you're leaving with as much as they're gaining. And no, that's not how it works. Particularly for women. Like, women do not crave that mutual fun bull. The way they even talk about it is bull. It's bull. As much as men do. Oh my gosh. And then you think about the other types of risk. So I've already talked about lower level risk, like post-coital depression. Then I've talked about, okay, obvious larger things like being assaulted, being kidnapped, being abducted, getting an STD, maybe getting pregnant and getting abandoned. And then what else? There was something else. There was another risk. Oh yeah, then there's the stigma, right? There's the stigma, there's a reputation that women have to go through if they do give access to their bodies. There's like gaining a bad reputation and having to endure that stigma around the community. Like, oh yeah, that girl, she's fast, she's loose. I mean, like, there's just so many risks. There's so many risks associated with entertaining and humoring and engaging with men that, for men to not want to provide for a woman is absurd, right? It's absolutely absurd. It's absurd because men don't have to go through half of the risks that women have to go through in order to date or mate or marry or anything, or have a girlfriend or whatever, right? Have kids. Oh yeah, and the other risk I wanted to talk about. Okay, there's another one. The other one is maternal death. Think about it. It's just like, do you ever really think about why women are so excited about intimacy as men? It's because think about how many women got pregnant and died giving birth. How many women get pregnant and die? I mean, like, plenty of women even today die while giving birth. Do you think about hundreds or even thousands of years ago how risky it was to have a kid? You know how risky it is to have a child? You know how expensive is it? Like, it's so expensive, but it's also risky, and women risk their lives every single day to have children. Yet men don't want to provide. Men want to ask a woman to pay for her meal when they go on a date. No, that's absurd. It's absurd. Like, because I mean, like, we all know why men take women out on dates in the first place, in the beginning. It's because eventually they're hoping that that will give them access to that woman's body. And getting access to that woman's body often leads to the host of risks that I have named off, right? Getting pregnant, getting abandoned, getting an STD, getting pregnant, having a baby, then dying. Social stigma, bad reputation, depression, feeling used, feeling like your worth is attached to your private parts, right? Like, I mean, like, there's just so many things. And we really have to keep this in mind, especially women who tend to give themselves, give their attention, give their time, give their energy, and especially give access to their bodies easily. Can you please stop doing that? Like, I'm so serious. Can you stop? Just stop. Like, love yourself enough to not give access to your body so easily. Please, like, stop. Because it's just making the dynamics out in the world, not the dating world, a lot harder for everybody, right? Like, you have men expecting intimacy for nothing. Oh, Ella Suarez says, I don't trust men at all. Girl, good. You smart, girl. I don't either. I don't either. For what? They have proven to be untrustworthy 100% all the way. And even the ones you can trust just a little bit, like I don't even trust them all the way. Come on now. Like, just stop. Just think honestly. Okay, so this is not going to be a long video. I'm going to dip out soon. I'm going to leave soon, but just women, please think about the risks of dating men. So I'm going to name them off again. You can get pregnant and you can die giving birth. You can get pregnant and be abandoned and be left to take care of a child on your own financially and emotionally and every other way, right? Ella Suarez says, I like being single. Yes, girl. Yes. It's wonderful. Okay. You can also suffer from postcoital depression. You can get an STD, of course. And there's a lot of violence against women as well. Sexual violence, rape, sexual assault, beatings, domestic violence. There's just a lot of risks associated with dealing with men. So make sure that you are at least getting the bare minimum covered. Like that man has to help you with something. The very, very least he can do is pay for your meal. If any man asks you to pay for your date, don't do it. You are doing them a favor by going out with them. Don't do it. Don't do it. Forget your wallet. Say you forgot your purse. Say you forget your wallet. Say you don't got your car with you. Just don't do it. Okay? Whew. All right. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it has encouraged some women to think more carefully about the risks that we have to deal with when we date and when we deal with men. Okay? All right. And you guys are wonderful. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, I'll be around. Make sure to comment, make sure to ask questions and give me suggestions for other video topics. Okay? All right. See you guys.